It sounds like y'all are isolating. Because when I think of hiding, I think of like, oh, God is like hiding you for a minute because your
Mhm.
time hasn't yet come. But it sounds like y'all are refusing to go outside.
I live like a 40-year-old woman with 10 kids. It's crazy. It's sad. It's scary. I haven't met anybody at the age of 22 in I don't know how long. It's crazy. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Be So For Real Podcast. It's your host assist with the most assist, Airi, Angel, and Dana. And today we are talking about why don't people notice you? People don't notice you because you may be in hiding season. I dropped the mic. Period. You might be in the hiding season. What is a hiding season, you may ask? Well, let me tell you. It's like it's a season where no matter what you do or no matter how hard you try, you're not being noticed. Whether it be, whether it be on social media, whether it be having a job, whether it be, in different areas of your life. So with that being said, when was the last time y'all felt like y'all were in hiding? I'll go first. Okay, so last time I think I was in hiding was probably I don't think I've ever felt like I've been in hiding. I feel like lately I've been since the past few years I've been kind of like here. It's never felt like, oh man, nobody noticed me in terms of like outside world type of vibe where it's like you shut in the house, you don't ever get to, I'm reflecting this past year. I feel like I've been stuck in the house for the past year. This has been a
You
quote for me. I live like a 40-year-old woman with 10 kids. It's crazy. It's sad. It's scary. I haven't met anybody at the age of 22 in I don't know how long. It's crazy. So I feel like I don't, but I think something I've been going back and forth with is like, I don't know if it's hiding or if it's actually like I'm in the wrong place. And I think that's something I'll be debating about. Like, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I in the wrong place? The reason I'm like kind of like hibernating like a little bear, or yeah, like I don't know. What y'all think? What y'all think? Cause I be curious. Like from what y'all see with me, do y'all be thinking I'm like just in the wrong place? I don't know.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, wrong place, doing the wrong thing, playing too many games, sleeping on yourself, procrastinating,
Cool.
scary, all of that in
Cool.
between. Cause again, I tell y'all all the time, if I ain't had no kids and I was 22, I had a kid since I was 18. If I was 22, I don't care if we got $500, $1,000, $200, baby, I'll be up out of here immediately. What do you have to lose? I mean, it takes 6 to 1 year to fix your credit again. Try it. The only thing they can tell you is no, go in there and pray. Anoint the building. Another thing too, all you need is a studio. You don't need a 1 bedroom. It don't matter what the school districts is like. It doesn't matter if you. I mean, it do matter if they shooting outside, etc. But it don't matter if they got like a playground and stuff. You just need a porch. If you sit outside, sit on the porch type of person, but you don't need a backyard. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to know if the buses come to the front of the building or not. And also too, based off of who you are as your sister, you love the tiny people, you love your siblings, and you love your nephew, and you love your nieces and your nephews, the ones you haven't really got to spend time with. We love y'all, sending prayers and love to y'all.
Yeah.
But you love them and you love being around them. So, you might need a yard and stuff, but also you young. Y'all like to do stuff. You take them to libraries and parks and crafts and all of that stuff. I think you just I know you 22, but sometimes I feel like I don't know if you've taken on the identity of our mother and you think like you're like 45.
But that's because I hang around 45-year-olds.
But you see
I
the
don't.
issue? Get outside. I told you to join groups. I told you to join Facebook groups. Just go outside. Well, I don't have this. I don't have that. But when you want to go return some shoes and return a coat or return something, you find a way
Yeah,
there.
you're right.
When Danessa Mavericks, whatever, drop something, you find a way to Sephora.
You're right.
But you can find your way to some events. You can find your way into inner circles and stuff of people. You're sitting on the phone talking to grown women. And nothing is wrong with having people of all ages and calibers in your roster, of friends, etc. But for you to be sitting here talking about you haven't seen a 22-year-old in a long time, girl, they done been in my DMs. You know what I'm saying? They there. Promise. Just you have to get out. You have to get outside your comfort zone. You have to try new things. And I think in finding that is you don't have to go where are all the 20-year-olds and then go to their thing. Find
Mhm.
things that you genuinely like, as well as getting outside your comfort zone, going to a trap karaoke, you know what I'm saying? You may
Mhm.
not like trap music, but maybe even just trying new restaurants that require interaction, not sitting at a solo table, sitting at a bar, going to conferences that you thoroughly enjoy, music, beauty. You're somebody who likes to thrift, going to thrift-a-con and stuff, but also too practicing to talk to people. Talking to people at a Walmart, talking to people at a Chick-fil-A will help you when you have a conversation with a random person, because you like it will surprise you. If you see
Mhm.
somebody that has something nice on, that's like, oh my gosh, you look really cute, you look really nice. Like, oh, what's your Instagram? They have one or two things to say. No, act real cold off, but you feed off of that and you go, okay, and you pivot and you keep it going. But you have to like step out there and do stuff. I told you about groups to join for traveling. I don't know why you're in the United States right now. I want to leave.
Cool. Cool. Understood.
Okay, Airi.
I would say I felt like I was in hiding. I would have to say like in the sense of like relationships. I feel like even still to kind of like now
Mhm.
too, like being in hiding when it comes down to relationships due to me healing, due to me still having some very toxic tendencies, as well as just like not being in a good place mentally, emotionally, physically, financially. Not that all of those things, as Dana has told me, do not have to be together, because my idea of before I was even going to go on a date or even take anybody serious, I needed to have my house built. I need to be completely stable, because what you know what I'm saying? Like I can't date you until like I'm in my own crib with my own house. Me and Daniel went on 3 trips together. Then you can come join us. It was just like a certain way that I thought things had to be together. So I think still kind of being in that hiding of why it wasn't crazy serious dating. It was like little flings. It was like little messages. It was like little people that you might, like I said, run into the gas station, things like that. But I would say, a season that I would say like of me being hiding would have to be in totality of like dating and stuff, as well as even if the door was open, I like to stay in the cave because it's safe. But I'm working on
Yeah,
that.
I was just about to ask y'all that because listening to both of y'all, it both sounds like not hiding or hibernation, which is kind of the natural flow of life. It sounds like y'all are isolating. Because when I think of hiding, I think of like, oh, God is like hiding you for a minute because your time hasn't yet come. But it sounds like y'all are refusing to go outside.
So
I
what would
wouldn't
you
say
say was yours, Dana?
refusing.
What do you
No,
say?
hold up. What? Angel,
No,
I heard you, Angel. I don't need to hear you no more. Go ahead, Angel. What did you say?
no, I would change the subject and say, oh, so Dana, what about you? When's the time that you go?
Okay, well, I'll answer and I'll give you an example, kind of like what I, at least what I think of when I heard the question of like, an example is at my job, I put together a whole presentation, right? Like I made the presentation, right? Picked the
Mhm.
colors, typed it out, da da da. It got kicked up, and when it came back down, or like when it was brought back to my attention, my name was no longer attached to it. And I said, "How does that happen?" And I'm the one who made it, but I kicked it up the proper channel. I went up to my boss kicked it up, and da da da. I said, "How did my name get off it?" You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. And then there was somebody who like consulted on or like helped me make it in the beginning stages. And I was like, how did they get more credit than I did? Because it was literally like somebody erased my name off of the thing. You know what I
Girl, you
mean?
gotta
I'm like,
start doing
literally,
watermarks.
amen. But it literally made no sense the way that it happened. You know what I mean? But that's just an example of the time that it seems. You know what I mean? Like you have all these ideas, nobody wants to hear them. You have meetings with people, and they go, "Oh yeah, good idea." Nothing ever comes from it. You know what I mean? You've been on social media for 10 years. You have a wonderful idea that other people are successful in doing, but not you.
Mhm.
Mm.
That's what hiding to me sounds like hibernation. Like bears
Mm.
hibernate every year. Like that's kind of the season. You know how winter, spring, fall comes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like once you saying that made me think about I would say like YouTube. The first house. I was a part of like with the with the first house that I was in, I feel like I was hidden. I was in videos, I was in stuff, but it didn't
Mm,
take off for me until another house, until I
hmm.
got with the last group. But I was in very great viral iconic videos to this day. That's like, I remember this one. I remember this moment. I was in there. Like you see me, but it was like almost like I was just kind of like overlooked. It was like somebody be in a picture and you like, wait, is that, you know what I'm saying? Is that Beyonce as a little kid? Or like how we all watched Temptations, Fighting Temptations, and didn't notice Chloe and Halle. You know what I'm saying? You like, wait, they was in there? Wait, they've been working with Beyonce since they was little. And you like, yeah, like they're in that movie. See? Did you know that? Yes, they're
The
literally in that
Temptations
movie.
movie?
The Fighting
Fighting Temptation
Temptations.
with
With Beyonce.
Cuban Good Jr.
Oh, I
Right.
did know that. I thought you was talking about the Temptations. I'm like, were they alive?
No,
I was
but
like, wait a minute. I thought you was
I
talking about,
feel like it'd be an
anybody come to see you,
overlook.
Otis? Like,
It'd be an
sorry.
overlooking for sure. Or like even using them as an example. They've been making music and covers for the longest.
That's
But the
true.
recognition that they're getting now, years and years later, they've been signed to Beyonce for a minute. But the
Mm,
recognition that you see them now is like, huh? Even just like when you think of her and you're saying DDG's baby mama or Little Mermaid, or I know people, or like some people associate with who you're dating and stuff like that. But these people have been around for some time. Other artists that somebody I didn't know that's been in this industry that I didn't recognize was Tiana Taylor. I didn't know that she was on 16, My Sweet 16 and stuff like that, that she's been in this industry unless you're been rocking with her. But somebody, for me
yeah.
personally, I didn't know until I'm like, wait, huh? Like, oh,
Mhm.
she's been in this industry. So it's just be stuff like that. People that's just now recognizing Coco. Like, she's been doing it. And if you've been watching her journey, it was like these moments that she's having now, she's been waiting on. You got so many times where it's like you be hiding, but not like you said, like in hiding, but it's like you're doing all the stuff. I'm doing all of the steps. I'm in the videos. I'm collabing with the right people. I'm in the right
Mhm.
circles. I'm posting just as much content as them. I got behind the scenes with your favorite people. I'm getting videos. I have literal videos with these people on my channel.
Mhm.
And it just never took off for me until later on that I got with the last group with Just Crazy Cloud Gang. And once I was with them, it seemed like we did one video and we just took off. Like we did one continuous chain video and we took off. People I ain't never met versus other people that I didn't took charges for, people that I didn't been in the house with, all this other stuff. Like,
That's tea
you
for
know,
me.
I'm cracking up. But when you see that, that's when I like how you just explain hiding. I can definitely see that. Like I would say that would be like a really great like prime
Mhm.
moment of just like, oh
It's a
wow,
great example.
yeah.
Great example.
Wow. Dang. As y'all talking, it's bringing up things for me. It's kind of like not the exact same, but like similar in terms of relationship. I think I was thinking more so, career wise, but in that area, I don't think I've been hidden. I think I just was skipping steps, trying to skip steps, and then also, like you said, isolating myself. But for sure, girl, for sure, relationship wise, and this, amen. This is a flex though. Amen. Only because one man in my life. That's a flex. Amen. Glory be to the Lord.
It's all you trying to convince yourself.
no, no, I'm saying I have never been. I think I would like to do that. I've never been on a physical date. I've never like met somebody and it was like,
Are
oh,
you actively dating though? Like, do you be out? You don't be outside.
I don't be outside,
So I don't
but
think this is a good example
It's not.
because
okay,
this also has to do with isolation.
cool, cool.
I think
Different.
another example for me, at least, and I know we all can relate, is you're dropping the content. You know what I mean? You have the thumbnails, you're putting the descriptions in, you're putting the tags
I'm hearing
or
is
that.
I'm the problem.
Yeah.
Because all this stuff y'all listen, I'm like,
You
I just haven't been
you
consistent.
literally are. I mean, and I take accountability. I'm the problem too because as Dana said, there's a difference between you being in hiding, like God hiding you for a
Hmm.
specific reason and stuff like that, and then you being in isolation. He did if he it's a difference if you can tell me like, no, God told me like, don't go outside. I need you like in this season. He just got me locked in, focused on building this puzzle, building this whatever. No, you just not going outside because you're like, I don't know where I should go to first, or like, it's gonna be cost me an Uber to get there. I might have to ask my family for a ride, or what outfit am I gonna wear? But
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah.
And I say this to you as I take it for myself completely. What you expected him to come knock on the door? You expected
Yeah.
your friends to come walk in the neighborhood and you see them outside and go, "Hey, yo, what y'all doing?" We are not
Right.
in middle school no more, going to the same school because school and stuff forced us to meet each other. Cheer, basketball, any going to like the games and stuff that forced us to meet people. Rather, if you
Hmm.
always went and you kept seeing the girl at the popcorn stand, rather if you was in hallway and y'all like always complimenting each other, she said your hair was cute and y'all just used to say that all the time. Rather, if you went to the pep rally and you had to sit to next to somebody, rather if when they changed your classes and you got into a new class with somebody and the person you assigned to for the rest of the year, y'all end up vibing and conniving. Now y'all walking in the hallway together. You don't have those interactions where you come into contact with people and the people you keep crossing and bumping shoulders with is your family. We always gonna be here. You know, like we always gonna be here. You can call us, you can text us, we can watch movies all day within, you know what I'm saying? But there's other people that you have to like you have to go outside to meet people. You have to force yourself to go in those areas. Like, you know, like and also
Mhm.
too, you're not a regular person in a sense of getting a regular job. None of us work regular job. Like, and none of us got to these positions in regular situations. So you're not at Wendy's and you're like hanging out with this girl and now y'all chilling. You're not at a retail mall where a customer keeps coming in and
Mhm.
you're an entrepreneur, meaning you make your own hours. You're always home. It's like kind of like imagining trying to make friends in COVID. Like you're always here. You go to the same places right here, the same stores, the same thing, as well as environment. You are in you are in what is it? A residential retirement environment. Where we live at in Georgia is where people come to retire. When you go,
True.
like we've been here for some time in this area of Georgia. You run into a lot of older retired families. You might see a few young people and I say it just like this. Like it's scarce over here versus when you're in Atlanta versus when a little bit even of certain parts of Duluth, even certain parts of Beaufort. It just depends on the area. Like if you see your Andretti's, your Top Golfs, like those type of areas, and then you got your areas where your TJ Maxx's, again, environment. But you're at the Walmarts, you got the Mavis tires, you got the Quick Trip, like you it's a difference, you know what I'm saying? So again,
Mhm.
environment, who you're around, you have to literally put yourself in those things. Join classes that bring you joy, cooking, etc. But don't do the cooking classes for 40-year-olds plus. Do something with some young people.
Cool, cool, cool. Heard. Very
Well, let
much
me
heard.
ask y'all this. How do you know the difference between changing your environment or changing your habits versus if God is the one who is hiding you? Because I feel like if God is hiding you, there's not much you can do. So how do you know the difference? How can you tell the difference?
I think you
I
might
think
be
it's
able to
kind of.
tell the difference from the interactions, right?
I
Like
think it's
from
kind
the
of like.
interactions and responses.
I think it's kind of like how y'all said earlier. You're doing everything that you could humanly possibly do, and it's still not going. It's still not moving. So it's kind of like, yeah, like you're doing everything you can. Like you're posting every day, or you're applying to 20 jobs a day, and it's not moving. You know what I'm saying? And like this is what God wants me to do. This is where God wants me to be, and you're doing everything you believe He wants you to do, and it's not moving. I think that's the best way to tell. And I think that's how I kind of noticed. Like I haven't been in no hiding season because I haven't had any like for real like walls or anything, and I've been hitting the marks to say.
And piggybacking off of you, because yeah, let me go. I'm back on you. Piggybacking off of you, the moment that you got out, even just a little bit, which was going to a physical church and meeting
True.
people, you end up interacting with who you now are collabing with. You know what I'm saying? That end up introducing you to a whole new branch of people and things that you're doing that already your environment had changed. You know what I'm
True.
saying? Because you did something that was, versus imagine going in to church or just using church as an example and you like I've been going every Sunday, I went to this event, I went to that event, and I'm not meeting, talking to nobody's following up with me. This woman followed up with you weeks and stuff later, like you pop back in her mind like, oh yeah, that girl that I met. And not to go into your testimony and stuff, but you met her at a gas station. You met her at church, but y'all ran into each other at a gas station doing your regular routine because now that I done went, I know that y'all go to this gas station every time after church. and you hit Kroger's and your mama
Amen.
go and get 50 million things.
Yes.
And it still don't be no food here. No Sunday dinner, no greens, no yams, but I digress. So I think as you were saying, I think it comes down to the results, like the results and the response of it. Like what you end up
Mm,
getting, like what ends up
yeah.
kind of happening. Because I think for a long time, using you too as an outside looking in, Dana, you were hidden for a long time at your ministry. Like you were hidden for a long time, and then
Mm,
out of nowhere, you went from just a volunteer to freaking like,
out here
oh yeah,
giving
they
free
doing
cars.
sound checks right now. Yeah, we on our way to
Hmm.
Canada. They doing sound checks downstairs. Look at
Behind the
this.
scenes.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You're in rooms that people who've been around for the longest, so it's like once it was like but he had you in that season of hiding yet preparation, but it's like people saw the work, but you kept showing up. You kept going to work. You kept cleaning up. You kept adapting. You kept giving ideas, even though people literally ignored them and now take credit for it. And you like, you
Mhm.
don't even know how to open up PowerPoint. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even use PowerPoint. I made this on Canva. Silly goose. It's just the difference. So I think the hiding comes down to like the results.
Dang, that's good. Wow. On a roll, minister, on a roll. Glory be, glory be. Dang, that's good. That's good. Have you ever noticed like somebody else? Can you notice if somebody else is in the hiding season? Like, nah, yeah, you can.
Self inflicted or God's hiding season?
God hiding season.
I would say you have to be a seer to see somebody else in hiding
Yeah.
Mm,
because that's the point. Nobody's supposed to see them. Like
Yeah.
mm,
you would have to be the next step in their destiny, or you would have to be like a prophet type stuff to see past God's
Mhm.
barrier, meaning he
yeah,
gave you access to see past it, to see who is
mm,
in God's hiding season. But can I see somebody not going outside? Yeah.
Easily.
mm,
I can see that too. I can see it on myself. I can see it on other. I mean, I just pointed it out with you, Angel. I can see it
mm.
written on your forehead.
Cool. We get it. We get it. It's been heard. It's been heard. Ears are hearing. Amen. Okay,
I
that's
mean, what
good.
advice would you give to somebody in both scenarios, though? Somebody who is in isolation. What is the advice you would give to? Well, never mind. We kind of already just take what Airi said to Angel. Now, what advice would you give to somebody who is being hidden by God, though?
Keep going, bro. I mean, it sounds so cliche because I mean, just the example we gave with Dana, keep going. Like she was still serving, she was still showing up, she was still doing what needed to be done until it was her time. Like keep going.
Yeah.
Dang.
I would say my advice would be to stay plugged in. Don't
Mm.
unplug yourself from the source. Like if you're a phone about to die, like don't unplug your source before you get to 100%. So I
Oof.
mean, while you're in hiding and God has you in hiding, literally embrace it. Like enjoy it because it's a preparation. There's nothing that he does that is not for the greater good of, that we can't see all the time. But don't get in your own way and spend that time in hiding, complaining, and use an example of those that might be in a single season. I'm still single. It's another year. I tell you this as somebody whose perspective is changing over the course of days and like in life.
Mm.
There is going to be a moment where in your singleness where you only worried about you and you only got to worry about feeding you, and there's going to come a moment if you end up having kids and marriage that your responsibilities, your a lot of things change. Same thing of in your career where you're feeling like you're getting overlooked, they not asking you for nothing, and then next you know you're in meetings back to back to back to back to back, and you're gonna be like, but you was the same one praying. So remember what you prayed for, and in that time, don't rush it, embrace it. Don't sit there and just complain, God got me hiding. He must not want nothing from me.
Mhm.
Really take that time to charge up. Like, what are you doing here that I need to be prepared for? How do I use this time to be equipped? Really build that intimacy with him so that way when you get on the field, you good. You know how to use your gun. You didn't practice 8 times in that basement because all you had was that whatever the guns is called, you know? So that
Dang,
would be
that
my
stay
advice.
plugged in was a bar. That was good. Stay plugged in. Boop, boop. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Y'all got anything? Any other advice?
I guess I'll jump right to my speak easy if that's cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Give it to us
Proceed,
raw. Give it to
proceed.
us
Okay.
real.
This
Speak.
this topic, this this made me think of King David, how he was so hidden even amongst his family that his family didn't include him when the prophet Samuel came to come see them to anoint them. That the prophet was like, "It's not another one." You know what I mean? Like so much, he was so hidden that they didn't even count him amongst the brothers. Then he's in the field being a shepherd, you know, tending to the sheep, tending to the flock. He's doing stuff, incredible things that are like, huh? Even for the time, and nobody is there to see it. Then when it's time for him to be in front of people, people are like, no, my guy. Like his older brothers were like, you always causing trouble. Like you just don't know how to chill. But these were the things, or this was a time that was made for him. But even still in his time, he was still getting resistance. So I just want to kind of reiterate to you guys watching, and also, you know, my sisters who are here, and also myself included, even when it is your time, it won't always be an open playing field. You know what I mean? There will still be resistance when you're playing a team that you have to get through to get to the goal, even though you're going to make it. Even though you're going to get there still might be resistance. So I guess that is also the advice also. Hold on, you know what I mean? Count on God, because then David becomes king of Israel. He was always meant to be. That when they were like, okay, we actually want a king, like we no longer want prophets, and Samuel was upset. It was um it was King David that God was like, I found my own servant, and with my own oil have I anointed him.
That's good.
You know what I mean? So just literally hold on, because the time will come. And even still, David fought his entire kingship. So there's always going to be resistance. So you don't look for it being your time, because there won't be any issues. If anything, the more issues, the more anointing, meaning the more God that is in your life. So, you know,
Yeah.
eyes on the prize, guys.
Something you said
Period.
too, real quick, is as you was talking about him being a shepherd, that time that he fought those lions, tigers, and bears and elephants and all that stuff he was battling with out there in the field, literally prepared him for the light work that came with Goliath.
Mm. Why such loud silence?
That was it. That was just like because I was just talking about like in that preparation, in that
Yeah.
time where you are getting overlooked and stuff and you doing your work. Don't sit there and complain, because those are some of the tools that you take onto the field, the battlefield.
Mm. Amen.
Mm-mm.
Amen. Glory be. Well, you're too funny, bro. Well, I'm just gonna give y'all a little tip. Tips for remaining angels. As we've clocked it today, we've clocked me all the things I need to stop isolating myself. Um, if you ain't started that content and you don't know how to go, how to start, how to push yourself, I mean, we do have a wonderful, amazing, talented writer over here, Miss Ariana. She has an ebook. Yeah, right. She's a writer. She has an ebook. So if y'all want to hop on that, get y'all content journey started, actually pull through with it, because she got the proof. The proof is in the pudding, Pookie. So her ebook will be down below if y'all want to cop that. But roll out, guys. Don't be like me. Learn from my mistakes and push through. You got it. Okay. All right. Y'all don't have to do the in common eye roll, okay? But if y'all have nothing else, this is it for today. We've enjoyed chapping, yapping, and capping with y'all. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, follow us on all our social media. Make sure y'all share this with y'all mama, y'all cousin, y'all uncle, y'all auntie. And we'll see y'all next Friday. Peace.